Yo, what is going on, COD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today we are going to be giving you another KvK seasonal update where we take a look at all the KvK's from Season 2 all the way to the most recent SB2. And I'm going to first start off by showing you the spreadsheet, and we'll kind of go through each of the KvK's one by one. And then whether we do it in between or after, we'll go and show you, kind of do a mix of showing you in-game for the KvK's and what's happening, if there is any action there, and then mostly be talking about what any potential matchups are that we're looking at, pass openings, where you can expect to go and watch and see some fight, and basically just dive into the world of Call of Dragons beyond just your own kingdom. So, as always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you because it helps us out a lot. So, let's start off first with getting a nice little transition here. As we show you the sheet. Now remember, this is my private sheet. This isn't public. I don't know if I'll ever make this public, but it is what it is. So let's start. First off, we're going to go in order of SB2. So basically the way that this will go, and I'll probably just show it to you in-game first, then we'll come back and give you the quick okie doke. So we're going to go Bellerin Season 2, we'll go ST1, we'll go S2+, and then we'll go Season 2. So that's the order we're going to go in, and I'm also going to go in the order of the numbers that you see here, right? So we'll do SB2-1, we'll do ST1 10, 11, 12, right? Kind of like that. Okay. With that in mind, let's go ahead and switch a Rooney on this piece of Rooney, if you will. So here we go with SB2. We're going to start with the first one. So matchup that we know here is going to be NA, TK, FSK versus GG, Noir, UDF, Gray, and K&Q. That's what we know so far. In this one, we have UDF for Zone 1. That's going to be the first potential matchup that we're going to be seeing from them. And that actually is happening today. So by the time this video comes out, this will probably have already happened. It's not my fault. That's just the way it worked out. But UDF versus Gray, Noir GG versus NATK, NA versus FSK, FSK2. Now, I should also note that for the statue... Oh, did I say starting? Hang on. Statue... There we go. So for statues here... This is what the matchup can potentially look like, as what I did is I went in each of the KvK's and looked to make sure that they had at least two alliances, one on either side of the statue. So this could be where we see some fighting. Zone 1, there actually is some fighting right now here between UDF and KD75. If I take you in-game here, and I'll just do something like this, right? That's probably okay. And let's say we end up going here. You can see UDF and KD75 are fighting at the moment. I don't know how much action per se, but I think they were fighting over here along a bridge, wherever that bridge was. Yeah, up here. So I don't know if they're still fighting. Okay, actually looks like it's died down a bit, but again, there was some fighting there in Zone 1. I don't know what's happening. Maybe some merit trading. Never mind, they're just kind of hanging out there at that point. But yeah, then we get to SB2-2. We have Geos Owl versus ACDC on the west side, on the east side, west side. We have V22 versus LMLB. Now, keep in mind as well, if any of these need to be updated, just please feel free to let me know. I'll update them on my sheet. These are just the matchups as we know them currently. Zone 1 for statues, we're potentially seeing four matchups here, which is Geos Owl versus DC. We got DC versus Right QOM, LM versus DAU VP22, DAU versus Mojo KBT, right? These are where some of those matchups could potentially happen. Zone 2 is still 3 chapters away. We'll get to the next one. We got ROE, ROR, NTS versus EIS, LSK. And then Dawn plus FGHT, from what I last heard, was undecided. Again, keep in mind, if this has been updated, just let me know. We have, and this is 8 a.m. Eastern on 4/26. I probably should have converted this to in-game time. I will try to do that next time when I show this off, because my times obviously will vary. But just know it's Eastern time for those of you in case you want to convert. We have this one here that we just stated. This is 11:28 p.m. Eastern this evening. This is NTS versus ROR, ROE, ROR versus LSK, EIS, FOS versus Dawn, MTK versus FGHT, right? Those are the potential matchups that could happen for Statue Zone 1 as we get to SP2-4. We have BDO, RKO versus NASA, LUH. Those are kind of the main matchups ahead of time. For Zone 1s, this is 4/12 on the 25th, so again, not too far away from now. BDO versus NASA, LOCY or L0CY, Lossy versus LES, Laws versus RF, RKO. RFO, RKO, KEG versus DK and VH. Then we get to SB2-5. We got 3:30, 8 p.m. on the 25th. So actually, this just opened right now. If we go there, I'm sure we'll probably see some action on the statue because I think I already saw 1 or 2 of them lining up. TCEXG versus TSFG, and then possibility of no PvP until FC. We'll see how that goes. SB2-6. Here we have FSDBB, RR, Hoot, QDL versus PTW, PTW2, which I think is the second alliance, and Freaks. Again, possible Zone 1 statue fights we could see, which is DB Hoot. I think they are actually fighting RR and QDL right now. PTW and Free to Play might have been doing a friendly. They had opened, so I took a look right before we started. Then we get to SB2-7. This is ANCS ROA Dusk versus BXS LNV S83 and GNJA. And then we kind of have like the West and East for how this is split up. Zone 1 for potential statue fights is actually going to be 12 a.m. Eastern Time on the 26th. IG-9, TB83 versus ANCY, ANCS versus ROA, GNJA, GNJB. We have BXS, BOSS versus LNV, LNO versus SOAR. Then we get to the last matchup here, which I forgot to go yellow. This is going to be TFS, POTC versus DS, EXXL, EXH, and IS. That's going to be opening up in the evening. Tonight, we have EXXL, IF versus RKT, NAS, POTC, TFS versus DS and IS. Okay, now we get to T1. So this is ST1. We're going to start with the bottom here for how the matchup. So keep in mind, these are pretty much already over. These ones have about 21 days left when I took this 2 days ago, but I didn't see any ongoing fighting in the final zone, which is mainly kind of what we're looking at. So we kind of have to work our way up here a little bit more for what we see, which is where we get here, right? So ST1-15, again, this opened up yesterday. So final zone is open, and they are battling it out with IM, BS, and BA. So if you want to go check out that action, you're probably going to be able to see some of the final zone. Again, if you, for ST1-6, you can see this one opened as well already. So we have LOA, SOL versus ENDS2H. Again, that's ongoing currently. So again, go and get it while it's hot. ST1-17, we have right now, final zone is still 2 chapters away, but we have the level 3 passes, and these are the potential matchups that we might be able to see, which is MD versus NN, MD versus Free to Play. And now that I'm thinking about it, I might eventually add in like current power for the alliances now that I think about it here in these previews, just to kind of show off what that could be. But we got 3 potential matchups here, and this is 12:25 a.m. Eastern Time going into the 26th. Then we have on ST1-18, here we have level 3 passes opening up this evening. That's 9:55 p.m. Eastern Time on the 25th of April. We got LTS versus PS, and then we have LTS LEW versus LADW BDPS. That could be happening later from what I was told. Final zone 2 chapters away, but we kind of know what the matchup is going to be there. Some information on powers from what I was sent. And then we get to ST1-19. This is, we have zone 2 right now. Is what this matchup is. I think they're still fighting from when I last checked. We got level 3 passes that are 4 chapters away at the moment. And then we kind of scooch our way up. You can see chapters here. We do have ST1-21, where we do have some fighting. I believe that's happening in Parhelion right now. So this is actually a decent matchup if you want to go and check out some there. And then we get to 3 chapters away, but we know what the zone 3 matchup is going to be for this group. That we have coming up for ST1-22. Then we get to S2+. So let me work my way down. Where am I right now? Let me see, TL14. So this is the next one here, right? So last night, this one opened up for 257 through 264. You can see there's only 2 alliances that have entered the FZ. So this is ROA and OVO Squiggly, but there's no fighting that's been happening yet. Again, I checked that today just a little while ago. We'll actually check this too, so let me update that. Then we get to SB1-26. Again, they're going to be opening. They actually opened already for Zone 3. So there is a little bit of fighting that is happening, I think, from what I saw a little while ago. And then I have to go and check when Final Zone is going to be opening as well. We get up here. And again, this opened this morning. I'm not sure who's fighting here, though, in SB1-27. So again, we'll have to check on the matchups. I've gone through, pretty much I go through all these KvK's and I always ask the people what the fighting actually is or what's happening, who's going to be fighting against who. Sometimes I'll get some answers, sometimes I don't. But then we have SB1-28. which again, one chapter away from first statue, which if you're wondering, like L2P, these are level 1 pass, level 2 pass, level 3 pass, right? I just this is like my new format that I'm going off of, because I just think I think it makes a lot more sense for me to do it all in one go, so I can kind of limit the amount of columns that I have. But this is where we're at the moment. Then we get to S2, which is, again, the first KvK after Season 1. And we're at S280. Keep in mind, these are already here. No EOS pop means no end-of-season timeline pop. Same thing here, right? So these are the next ones that are going to be going into their S2 Plus kingdoms. If we go over here, we have S282. And S283, these are currently open at the moment. I do believe there is some fighting that's happening in these groups for the final zone. I think, yeah, this is still, I probably should color these yellow because there's action. And then we have for S284, again, here we have more Brez. I don't know if there is any ongoing action at the moment. I know final zone is 3 chapters away. We do have this one here, which is S285. They're 2 chapters away right now from final zone, from what I checked. This is the matchup that we're going to be seeing there. S286 is 5 chapters away. Probably would assume that this would be closer than 3 chapters away, given how this is going. So I probably have to update that, which is what I'm assuming. This is either maybe end of current, possibly. But anyways, this is going to be a big matchup. I just want to point this out. So for those of you that are curious, here in S286 between 313 and 316, right, this is where YY plays with OO. He's the player that has a 300 mil account and I think a 200 mil account. So basically could have a 500 mil account if he was only playing one, or I should say if they, I don't know if it's a guy or girl, but if they were only playing one. OO is an up-and-coming Alliance 2 as well. That's in Season 2. So this is supposed to be, I believe, right, a pretty big fight that's going to be happening once Final Zone opens up. Then we get Zone 2 is end of current. Statue, end of current, right, but I don't know what the matchups are going to be potentially for those. If we do start switching gears and we go in-game a little bit, I'm going to show you some of the matchups here. So if we go and we take a look, and let's start with SB2. So the one that's open right now is SB26. So we're going to go here. 6 is here. And this should be RR. Like I said, this is the zone that just opened up. So, or sorry, this is the statue that just opened up. So I'll have to wait for this to load and give this a sec here. But you can see here, right, there's a lot of people that are waiting to get in here from DBB. I like how it goes to the simple mode. And then I believe there is some fighting that is happening here. But you can see like RRs out here. They don't have as many as the others do. And then the PTW and free-to-play, I don't know how much was really going on. I think they're over here. So, but again, I don't know. It's light fighting, right, essentially at this point. The other one that just opened was, I think this was S25. So if we zoom out all the way, and let's say we go to S2 or SB2-5, this is the one that was opening at 338. So this is the one that I think just opened up. I don't know if the system has caught on. Maybe they're still capturing the passes. Let's see. This is supposed to be, yeah, here, TCX, TLR. So, yeah. But you can see here, right, TCX, they're grabbing theirs right now. There's probably a force up here. Yep. And you can see they haven't started attacking theirs yet, right? But that's SLR. So, again, probably going to be a fight happening there. Fights over here as well. If they're grabbing their passes, TT, they're grabbing their pass. You can see another big group over here. They're grabbing their, I mean, again, this is going to be some bananas. Here in a bit. I'm going to try and get some of this action too as well. If I finish this recap, I mean, this is nuts. Oh my God. Oh, I'm going to tell you right now, it's one of these moments where, man, I wish I could live stream a lot more. Like, I wish I was doing this full time. This is the stuff that excites me. Because if I was full time, you know, I'd invest more in my rig, I'd invest more in my equipment, and I would stream probably almost every day and just show you guys this wonderful world that is Call of Dragons. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick at T1. So T1, we have the, let's show you ST115. So we're going to go there for a second. I have to see if there still is some action. Like I said, there was when I was looking earlier. And I think a lot of that action is right here on the bridge. So this is where a lot of the fighting is happening. Like I said, this is IMD, IME versus BSBA. And you can see the two alliances there. IME, IMD, they're already kind of setting up right now. It looks like they're building, but you can see both sides are assuming building a fort here, and you can see both sides, right? This is kind of where it's at. I wonder if the simple mode actually is going to play us a little bit better this time around. And then we have the other alliance. I think they're still building their, I don't know when they're going to build their next one. But again, lots of action happening here. You can see they basically have just connected in the middle. And this is where they're fighting. I actually like this. I like how they're fighting here along the river just because it feels like you can get a little bit more spread of action, even if you're just hitting each other across the river, not necessarily on the bridge. So... which, again, you can kind of see is happening here if we zoom in a little bit. Right, you'll see some action that's going down. But this is where the fight's happening. Then we go to ST1-16 real quick, and we'll take a look here. And like I said, in 16, this is LOA, SOL, EN versus and DS2H. And so we can see here kind of a similar situation, right? So you see LOA, I think SOL's over here. They're building a fort. Then we have the two alliances here, right? So, again, they've kind of gone beyond here. And it looks like they're, oh, wow, I don't know if they're pressuring at this point. Let's see here. That's interesting. I didn't, oh, wow, they are. So LOA's removing that. It looks like LOA's removing this as well. And then, what's happening over here? Oh, here we go. Something's going down. Unless it was... Yeah, we can see here with EEDS2H. Oh, wow. So LOA and SOL, they're like pushing, it looks like a little deeper into enemy territory. But yeah, so this is, again, action going on there. Who knows how much longer that may last for, though. And then we have, I think this is S217. There was supposed to be, and I don't know if there was any action. Again, we'll just show you a few here. Should have been something in Zone 3. Like I said, it was RC, MD, NN free-to-play, F2P, and then DM, XX versus RC is what we ended up hearing. Now, I don't think... let me see. Level 3 pass. So that's supposed to open. Oh, I see. It hasn't opened yet. So really, it could just be any Zone 2 action. Or, sorry, Zone 3 action that's going on. But they're already here in Zone 3. And I'm not seeing anything at the moment. So, because this is NN. It was supposed to be versus RCMD. But I don't see them here. Or at least anything. Let's click here. RC. Nope, that's NN. That's purple. Oh, that's an N2. So who's this? NF. Oh, I see. And then we have free to play. So it looks like RCMD may be pushed out, possibly. Okay. And then we have the next zone, which again should have. Oh no, that opens this evening. So we'll have to wait on that one. We can show you S219 real quick. There might be some action going on here, possibly. In Zone 2. We'll have to go and take a look where OTG and OTG1. I think this was up here from what I remember. And then it was SSG. Yeah. So there's OTG, OTG1. I'll have to see what's going on here. It looks like a little bit of a halt. But this is where the action was happening. It was a lot. And so, let's see here. Someone's building something. Okay. Looks like OTG2. And then I don't know what's happening down here on this side. But this is where a lot of the action was happening here in Belagira, right? Basically right here on this front. And again, looks like it's paused, I guess, now for a bit. But I remember seeing quite a bit earlier when we were watching. Now we go to ST1-21 for a quick last look on this one. And this is supposed to be, again, this is a lot. This is happening in Parhelion, if they are still going at it. But it was supposed to be... YGN, JGN versus the others. And I think we have YGN. Oh, wow. So they're actually getting pushed back here. Interesting. Okay. Doesn't look like any more building. Probably going to have to go around unless they want. Oh, I see. Unless they want to go through. But it doesn't look like they're pushing right now. Are they pushing down the ramp or not? So they kind of backed them up. But this is where it is at the moment. And then if we take a look at S2+, let me just see what's cracking here. So this is SB125. So 25 we could take a look at. I think they're in final zone right now. Like I said, this opened up last night. Oh, no, sorry. That's the one with only 2. So there's really nothing happening there from what I remember. Let's go to SB126. Probably going to see something there. This is the one, right? So this is TP, TP2, URC, and UQ, or UCUE, that we have in Zone 3. Right, so this is dual inside. You can see 1. There's 2 coming up, and they're basically fighting here at this spire. Definitely some action that's happening here, at least a bit. So it looks like TP. Looks like they're building something over here too as well. But again, if you guys want a little Zone 3 action, there it is. Next one we have here, I think, is SB27. This should be RAC GTX GTK for Zone 2 potentially, but it looks like there's something else. Oh, wow, so Zone 3 is... Oh, yeah, because Zone 3 opened up early this morning. Yeah. So I don't know what the Zone 3 matchups are. There's GTK, GTX coming in from this side, RAC, SRF, and... Okay, I see. So it's basically them. So they're building... Let's see, are they sending people? Because they'd have to go all the way up here, I believe, and go through to get around, right? If they want to come down here and then fight it out. So it doesn't look like they are. Maybe they were earlier, unless they want to send flyers right over. So some action here that's going to be happening that just hasn't happened yet. And I'll probably remove my thing there. And then I think that's it for S2+. In Season 2, the two options we have is S282. To show you, and actually I think I like this format a little bit better. But S282 is KOR, SG97, and SR97 in Final Zone. So let me see here. What do we have? Spy, core. Oh, wow, maybe this is not. So yeah, I think where I saw was like it was happening somewhere here. Oh, wow, so they're building right now. Oh, I see core's building. Okay, so they're kind of getting pushed a little bit more. Doesn't look like there's really a lot of fighting. Let's go to S283. We should be having some fighting here. This is RC, SCS versus O1VN, KOTD, UNV, XBL, and ACA that's happening in the Final Zone right now. So it's SCS, RC are the two, and then it's OV1, KOTD, and I don't know if they're getting pushed from the right side, and I think it's also, oh, wow, so KOTD there. Oh, so they're pushing from two sides. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. Let's take a look here. Doesn't look like anything's getting pushed on that front. Doesn't look like anything's getting pushed on that front. Okay. Some people. Who's at the top here? Okay, so it's RC. SCS is there. And then I don't know if anyone's pushing the north side. Doesn't look like it. Okay, okay. But again, could still be some fighting. That's playing out on that one. I think that's everything I got for you guys right now that we have action-wise, which actually isn't bad. I basically was able to keep this to a little over 20 minutes. Pretty happy with that. So we were able to show you kind of all the pass openings, matchups, and then we were able to go into some of the kingdoms or some of the KvK's to show you ongoing fights that are happening right now. This seems like a nice format to do this off of. I think next time I might want to try and like show you guys, then if I feel like there's fights, we'll go in and look at it while we're going through. But this seems okay as well, I think, somewhat. So let me know what you guys think about this format in the comments down below. Hopefully you enjoyed this KvK update for this week. If not, for now and over the next couple chapters. And again, anything interesting or any matchups that you're looking forward to watching, let me know in the comments down below. That's going to do it for me this time. As always, until next time, I will catch you later.